Back in college, I first heard the tapping late one night and realized someone was in the room who shouldn't have been there. My friend and I were sitting at our desks finishing homework in our dorm. The dorm was quiet, and it felt like the kind of silence you notice only when the hall is empty and the lights are low. At first, I thought it was the radiator or maybe the pipes, but the sound was too precise, like soft fingers tapping on wood. I got up and went to the door. No one was there. The hallway was empty and dark. I told myself it was nothing and went back to my desk. Then it happened again a few minutes later, the same rhythm of tapping. My friend looked up and said he heard it too. We slowly opened the door. Nothing moved. The hall was still, just empty. Over the next few nights, the tapping kept happening. Always soft, always deliberate. Sometimes it came late at night, sometimes in the early morning. We started noticing patterns. It wasn't random. It tapped near the door first, then the walls, sometimes near the window frame. It felt like someone was walking around inside the room without being seen. We locked doors and closed windows, but it didn't stop. One evening, we decided to follow it. My friend said we should try to see where the sound led. I didn't want to, but I followed him anyway. The tapping seemed to move ahead of us, leading us to the small bathroom across the hall. We opened the door slowly. The room was empty, except for a pair of heavy black boots on the floor. They weren't ours, and no one was wearing them. Then I heard a faint giggle. It was dry and old, like an old man laughing. There was no one there. My skin crawled. The sound repeated, closer this time, coming from everywhere and nowhere. From that night on, the tapping never stopped. Sometimes it was soft, almost playful. Other times it was sharp, like it wanted us to notice. We could hear the boots move even when no one was in the room. Every time we looked, everything seemed normal. The hallways were empty, the light steady. Shadows shifted just slightly, like something unseen was moving around us. Sleep became hard. I would wake to the tapping and think it was the alarm. I stopped checking the door first. My friend started leaving his things in the bathroom to feel less alone, but it didn't help. The presence didn't need to be seen to exist, and it didn't leave. One night, I went to brush my teeth and heard tapping behind me in the mirror. I spun around and nothing was there. Nothing moved. Only the giggle that didn't belong. We stopped telling anyone else. The more we talked about it, the more it seemed to respond. It felt like it was listening to us. We tried leaving the dorm for a few hours, but when we came back, the boots were in the bathroom again, and the tapping started exactly where it had left off. I realized it didn't matter what we did. It followed quietly and always stayed just out of sight. I didn't know if it was human or my imagination or something else. All I knew was that it existed in our dorm room and could move without being noticed. Even now, when I think about it, I can hear the tapping in my head. It never really stopped. If you ever find yourself alone in a room and hear tapping on the door, my friend, just ignore. Do not open it. Do not follow it. Some things in a place you think is safe never really go away, and the quiet ones are the ones you need to watch out for.